what happened today was is a stain on this country that will take a very, very long time to clean out. The actions of the police forces deployed around Ottawa are beyond inexcusable, reprehensible, deplorable, immoral, violent. I saw a woman get butt stroked with a rifle. People's windows were smashed. They were hauled out of their vehicles. A friend of mine was trampled by cops. Friends of mine, wounded guys with their smashed up bodies that they put on the line for this country, were beaten by police, unarmed. There's no word. I'm having a difficult time finding the words right now, and I'll have a lot more to say later tonight when I settle in, and I'll do this on my podcast, I suppose. But this is a national tragedy, and it's still going on. It's still continuing. There's people trapped in a pocket downtown, and they're being trampled and pushed around and roughed up, and it looks like they're getting ready to gas them. They've got full riot gear, cops, batons, guns, M4s, C8 carbines, snipers, armored cars, horses. I saw a family get ripped apart. This was the most beautiful and positive thing I ever saw come out of this country. And how this government reacted was with brute force. And where is the savior Conservative Party, who said nothing for 2 years? And we came to this point because of those people, because of their weakness and inability to do what is morally correct. And now this is where we're at, and there's crickets, nothing. You're trying to draft up a statement, Pierre? Why weren't you down there? You want to be prime minister? Sit down. Candice Bergen, sit down. How does that quote go? In the end, we don't remember the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. The Conservative Party is not your friend. Let's talk about friends for a minute. I said, whenever that was, time is a funny thing down here in this bubble, that the movement had been subverted from the top down, that government operatives had taken control and hijacked this, and that is exactly what happened. You have a Liberal Party operative in there who campaign managed for Marco Mendocino, who calling us terrorists, me specifically, though he doesn't have the guts to say it out loud because it is ridiculous as it sounds. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Who'd have thought? And you've got BJ Dichter in there, longtime Conservative Party operative, government operative. Whose government exactly? We're not quite sure yet, but he loves to subvert movements. He tried to get into the PPC and spread all kinds of, the Muslims are the problem shit during the first election cycle with the PPC. He manages all of the online Canadian political personalities. Like Tom Quiggin, for example, his little friend there, who, works for CSIS. Oh, I'm sorry, he's retired CSIS. They're not truckers. How did they get there? How did they get to the top? Why are they doing all the talking? Who is this guy? And where is he now? And where was he today? He's gone. BJ's not in Ottawa anymore. He's fled, probably with the money. And he told everyone to go home and surrender. After it was too late, of course. After all these people were kettled in and being arrested, having their lives destroyed, having their finances destroyed, their bank accounts frozen and seized. Who knows how many people are being doxxed illegally, having their data hacked and stolen by criminal scumbags at the behest of the liberal government, who then use it to punish these people. People are losing their jobs for $25 and $100 donations to some people that just want their lives back. And they enact the War Measures Act, the Emergency Measures Act, to justify a violent and brutal crackdown on old people and women and wounded veterans. You beat wounded veterans in the street. You scum! No one will ever forgive you, and nor should they. Never, 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 never. This is my worst nightmare come true. The stain can never be removed. What you've done today will remain in the mindset of the Canadian people for generations. For generations. Are you proud of yourselves? Are you happy? You think this is over now? You think these people are going to go home and go, oh, well, just doing my job? You permanently wounded the country, and everyone's going to remember it forever. And you still got to go to work tomorrow as a cop. And the day after that, and the day after that. And everybody else that does. Horrifying. And the next time, anytime, from now until the day I die, when anyone brings up the Canadian police officer, you know what I'm going to remember? You know what I'm going to think of? I'm going to think of Chris Deering, who was wounded in 2008 in the 2nd Battalion Royal Canadian Regiment, fighting for this country, being beaten by police thugs. What does he weigh, 130 pounds? It took 4 of you guys? Good job, big man. My friend Brian, Jack, now he's got a neck injury. He already had one. Great job. You tried to twist his head off. You scum. And my friend Kristen, who is a heroic, brave, courageous woman, being shoved around and trampled while she's preaching, love and unity by you. That's what you did to her. And I'm going to remember that woman you dragged out of a crowd, wrestled her to the ground, and beat her over the head with a rifle. So if anyone's confused of what happened today, that's what happened today. That is now the Canadian police officer.